Hello, I want to talk about forgiveness in my channel today. It's something I have talked about. It's something that we really talk about. But what does it mean to you? Letting go. Forgiving is letting go of the expectations you had on others. According to me, I had to let go the expectations of keeping promises of my significant others. It is them to keep their promise. And it is me on this end to keep my promise to the people I love. My children, my family, my siblings, my workmates. It is my duty. That's how I understand it. It is my duty as myself to keep the promises that I have given, that I will take care of you. That is to your child. Even if you don't say it, that is your duty. So you are keeping the promise that I brought you to this world. I'll protect you. I will provide for you. So the depression, the hurt that you get is when you don't forgive. Others will do other things. They will not keep their promises. They will not protect, provide, profess, or as Steve Harvey says, the man should profess, protect, and provide. Do they profess their love? Do they protect you from all the gossips, all the attacks from the in-laws, their family? Does he provide? Whether it is love or just material things. So those key things according to Steve Harvey. So when those are broken, we find ourselves being hurt, angry, stressed, and all that, disappointed because they have not kept their promise. They said, I do, or you are the best thing in my life. But they didn't keep it. So for you not to hurt, not to be stressed and depressed, it is you as an individual, whether you are the man or the woman, who has been disappointed. You need to forgive. Forgiveness is for you as a person. Have you experienced it? Yes. I forgave. That's why the smile came back to my face. I forgave. That's why I am continuing, looking, putting the target and focus on some place else in my life. What is my destiny? My purpose in life? I have a bigger purpose than just one person in the world. There are 7 billion people or more right now. So it is not just one person, 1 out of 7 billion. Okay, that shows you the magnitude. You don't need to disrupt your life's purpose and your life just because of one person or somebody who has said something. Look into your life. Build it. So I refocused myself into developing me. What is my mental capability? What is my thinking? What is my health saying? What is my life purpose? What is my social capability? All this. Your financial stability, your social support, and all that. You bring them together and look at what you are to develop. So even in forgiving, there are steps for forgiveness. There are about 8. Now, starting with the first one, it says you have to make a decision, you as yourself. I had to make a decision. I must make a change from that unforgiveness self and depressed and stressed person to a happy person by making the decision that I want a change. So decision-making skills is very important. Being undecided, oh, do I stay here? Am I still wanted? What does Angeline need? And what can I do? And to gain my happiness. Happiness is not others who will make you happy. It is you to make yourself happy. So I had to pick up myself and say, no, it's not others making me happy. It is me to make myself happy. Then what am I to do? And then as a planner, my personality, I had to plan. Monday, this is what I'm doing Tuesday. So it helps me to fill the time so that I don't give my mind time to think of the negative things, to be just seated and wallowing in why me, oh poor me. You get the time, and hourly, what am I to do 9 to 10, 10 to 12, and I planned. I used that skill to refocus myself to me. It did not stop at once. It is a process, my friends. Forgiveness and letting go, it's a process, but you work on it. The second thing that really helped me was to put in, the second step was to let your emotions out, express your feelings. You can cry, shout, scream, write it down, talk to somebody. Yes, I continued my routines, as I told you, decision making and planning. So I started talking it out with a pastor. But I could pray and cry. And then I realized it was me, not me, who did whatever was happening. I kept my promise. I was in that. I kept my side. It was the other person who did not keep their side. So I understood more. Why was I thinking of the negative things? I had to change now what I was thinking. The thoughts were blaming myself instead of blaming others. By the way, that's how we get stressed and we get depressed. We think of, I'm not worthy enough. Why is this? I changed. The decision to change was also to change what I was thinking. In my routine of prayers, I realized I had to pray a positive thing for me. Number 3, remember, I have to express myself, cry it out, pray, talk with others, talk with the pastor. Number 3, what I had to do was to release the expectation from others. The other people did not keep their promise. They did not do what they had to do. That was their act. So I had to release all the expectation from what others I expected them to do for me. Yeah, to protect me, to profess, and to provide. I had to leave all that. For me to be happy, release the expectation and say no. There is no providing, there is no professing, there is no protecting from the others, from the person, from the sibling. It is me. How can I protect Angeline? How can I provide for Angeline? How can Angeline be secure and keep taking care of her children? Then number 4 is saying you have to restore your boundaries. Yes, when you are depressed and stressed, you have broken your boundaries. It becomes that you are there. Are we going this way? Let's do this. Come and do this. then you find yourself, this is what I had experienced. I found myself doing what others were telling me to do because I was vulnerable. My value was like, okay, they are going to help me. Let me do this. Run here, go to Kisumu, go to Nairobi, come. Then I had to restore that boundary. Yes, I had to restore it and say, what was my destiny? What is my purpose in life? What will make me happy? Not to do what others want me to do, is to do what my life is expected to be in this life. So I had to put the boundaries and say, okay, in that plan, you remember, decision, and I had to plan myself, decision making, what I'm doing Monday to Friday and then the weekends. So instead of giving my weekends or my day to somebody to do what they want to do, I had something already in the plan. So I'm putting my boundaries, politely saying, yes, Wednesday of this week, yeah, I'm not available. I'll be doing something. I'll be doing that ABCD, or Angeline will be. Can we plan for another day? I can, Saturday afternoon I'm available. Can you wait for me for that Saturday afternoon? So it became me to organize my time. Remember, forgiveness, to let go. People, I will not be an island. That one I understood. So the boundaries you're putting for you. What you are able to do, how you are going to interact with people, but in a good way. Not judging anybody, not even putting yourself down, but what makes your heart or yourself to be peaceful. Remember, you've improved the sleeping patterns because you are now not overthinking, you are not negative thinking and worried who is doing what. Yes, sleep disappears. When you are depressed, somehow you can sleep too much, eat too much, or less sleep, or not even eat. So the eating patterns is interfered with, the sleeping pattern is interfered with, the way you interact is interfered with when you are depressed and, yeah, angered. You cannot relate well when you are always like, When your face is mashed up, nobody would want to talk to you. So you put your boundaries and being pleasant without baggage. You are there when you go where they need you. You are not going to say, because me, I don't have anybody providing for me, professing. You are there as Angeline, not as somebody attached to you. Okay? Number 5. I said there are 8. So number 5 is open up for the universe to meet your needs in different ways. So you open up when you have accepted, okay, for me, I open up, you don't have a partner, but those are the times that others would take advantage of you. Remember, number 4, I've put the boundaries. I have to keep my integrity. So you have to be honest and be there for yourself. I had to be conscious, what Dr. Joe Dispenza say. You live in the presence, but you have to be conscious of everything that is happening. We are emitting energy, but what type of energy am I emitting? Of course, it will be positive, but I have to guard myself. No one, don't allow others to take care of you, take take advantage of you. Okay? But allow the universe to respond to your needs, professing, providing, and protecting you. I was protected, and I am continued to be protected. The Holy Spirit is with me, and God is providing all these years, 15 years counting or more. Yeah, number 6, I cannot really express this more than say, yes, there is God. You have to allow the supernatural power in you to help you forgive. Yes, we are hurt, we are stressed, we are depressed. You can't do it alone. There is the negative and the positive. There is the choices you make each and every minute. Whether to sit here, do this video, whether to do that, read for my classes. I'm a student, by the way, and a teacher, and a therapist, and a health product seller, retailer. So all this needs me, but I have to decide. And you cannot go through forgiveness without asking the Holy Spirit helping you to let go. Receive and maintain the prayer life. You are talking to your supernatural power, reading your word, whether it is Quran or Bible, making meditations, making connections to your pastor, the people in the church, servicing, volunteer. I kept going to the services. I kept connecting to my spiritual people, my Christian brothers and sisters. They kept me. They kept me. It is not a light thing. For you to forgive, remember number 2 was to talk about it, express, cry, scream. Talking to others is key. Not going, why me, but state what the situation is all about. Even if they just listen, it's very important. Listening did the magic for me to decide to put my boundaries and to be there and to know that others are on my corner. I started enjoying life after 6 months depressed, and then 2 years, exactly 2 years, every chain was broken. I had started the process of talking with the pastor. I did that therapy and all that. But then I realized it was me talking to myself. And I had to stop that and rebuke it and pray for the Holy Spirit to help me. And just daily do that. And any negative that comes to my mind, I have to bring it to the conscience and say, what is that? No, it is not me. And I just daily, and talking to the mirror is very, very good. It's gratitude. You're beautiful, you're there, you're alive, you're here, ready to go. Go get them. And that's the time I started saying my name to myself. At first it was uncomfortable. But nowadays it's so easy since that. So it is since 12 years ago. Yes. Saying my name like Angeline. You know, long time you could say your name, somebody could call you. But you yourself calling your name, how does that sound? If it feels icky, yeah, let it be used to it. Your name. even if you call it, be used to it and know it. It brings you to the present. It brings you to yourself. Yes. Oh, number 7. Send unconditional love. This number 7 step. Unconditional love to the people who injured you, and release the universe or the expectations that you had on them. I had to connect. I was saying 2 years after the depression, then I released. Yes, then is when I could receive calls. Because remember, I was depressed and I was keeping myself out, and I wasn't even receiving calls from the very people. And I started receiving calls. Yeah. I remember the first call. I said, yeah, I would just listen. What have they to say? Listening was the breakthrough. I just listen. Then I say, okay, I will think about it. Okay, we'll do this. Slowly, and it's a process. All this is a process. Okay? So just listening to the phone calls, emailing, Facebook, all the pictures, planning, because children are in between here. And it released the children. Yes. So the last one. Remember, I talked about half glass full. The number 8 is saying, recognize the good things in the other person, or in the person or situation where you are depressed and frustrated. Okay? The half glass full means, what are the good things in the other person? I sat down and started writing. Before I forgave everything, I was told, sit down and write the people, the heart, the anger, everything you want to write about those who made you, all this. I wrote 75 items. What is making me angry, stressed? This one did this. So when the other thing was, write the good things in the people that made you hurt. So picking one person, one key person, I had to write. It wasn't up to 75, of course. But they were there. I found I could find 10 things that was good about the person. And looking at it, I found some way not to look at the bad side. Of course, the 72 was not only the same person. 5 was on myself, because I wrote that I was hating myself, I didn't do this, that. But I realized from the list of the 75, he had more in my list of things that are hurting me, that are stressing me, that depressed me. But I really found he had things, 10 things that were good in him as a person, a half glass full. So it taught me to take the regrets, to take the disappointments, the hurt, and turn it to positive. Yeah, for the key one, as closing, the forgiveness that really made me feel provided for. In the good things, recognizing the good thing is education of the kids. He did the education of the kids all those years. I recognized that. That is just one of the 10. And it's key because I realize there are those that walk away from their marriages, never look back, never provide for the kids, never educate the kids, never profess, never even connect to their children. Second thing, he was connecting with the children. So out of the 10, I've told you 2. You're lucky. God bless. Remember to be honest. I have laid out my heart today. What about you? Thank you. Forgive.